What's up, you guys? Sim here, Team Symmetry, here to finally bring you guys what you guys have all been requesting for and asking for since it was first revealed to people. This is the fourth place finishing zombie, I guess Chaos Zombie Monarch deck by the veteran player Nareg Torossian, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. I apologize if I'm wrong. We finally got the list revealed to us today. Big shout out to Jarrell Pro Winston. He got the profile originally from Nareg, and I messaged him as soon as he said he was going to put up the profile. Had a little quick talk with him, and he was nice enough to give me the list as well, and said he was glad to help out. So big shout out to him. Thank you for sending me the list. I'll have the list below in the description in case people don't recognize some of the cards. I'll just get into it real quick and then share my observations on it. This was the deck I've been wanting to talk about for a while because this brings back a lot of memories from the veteran days. Anyways, we'll just get into it. We got 3 Caius the Shadow Monarch, probably the best Monarch in the game. Card's amazing. 3 Spirit Reaper, insane. That's the first of the 6 zombies that are ran in this deck. Stall for days, pick away cards at the hand. 3 Ryko for removal and milling. 3 Effect Veilers to lock down the meta. 2 Mystic Tomatoes, your floaters. 2 Tour Guides. 2 Card Troopers for more milling and drawing. 1 BLS, 1 Dark Arm, 1 Chaos Sorcerer for boss monsters. For the other zombies, we have Mezuki and Goblin Zombie, 1 Sangan, and 1 Plaguespreader to end the monsters. On to the spells, we have 3 MST for back row removal. Allure, since mostly all the cards are dark. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy, Book of Moon, staples. Onto the traps, we got 3 Call of the Haunted to bring everything back. 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 Torrentials, 2 Solemn Warning, 1 Solemn Judgment, and 1 Compulsory Evacuation device. 44 card main deck, pretty insane. Onto the side deck, we got 3 Cyber Dragons for Gear machine decks and just as a good beater. 3 Gravekeeper Spies as a floater engine for the Monarchs, and they're dark and for a good defensive wall. 1 Tsukuyomi to work around problem monsters and to reuse the Spy. 2 Soul Takers, good monster removal, helps cards miss timing. 1 Mind Control with all the tuners and levels that are being run. It's very easy to XYZ summon off of a monster you take. 3 Dust Tornado for back row hate, and 2 more Compulsory Evacuation devices. Very simple side deck, actually. On an extra deck real quick, we got 1 number 39 Utopia, 1 Maestroke, 1 Acid Golem, 1 number 17 Leviathan, Leviair, Zen Mains, and Daigusto Phoenix. Onto the synchros, we have Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Gaia, the Force of Earth, Revived King Hades. Haven't seen this card in ages. Good to see it back again. 1 Magical Android, 1 Army Arm, and 1 Chimera Tech to finish everything off. Okay, so now that I've gone through the list, a lot of people have been talking about this list, and a lot of people have been arguing over this list. The first thing they're saying is this is not zombies. If you look at the deck, it runs 6 zombies. 3 of them are Spirit Reapers, and then you have 1 Goblin Zombie, 1 Mezuki, and 1 Plaguespreader. So people are arguing all over YouTube saying this isn't zombies. Okay, to each his own. The deck is entitled, as Nareg called it. He called it Zombie Monarchs because the win factor is the Monarchs and the control, and the zombies help you get to your pieces. So I feel that that's why it was called Zombie Monarchs. It looks like standard Chaos to most people since it does run the Chaos monster, runs a lot of light and darks. So I think the best name for it is Chaos Zombie Monarchs in the best defense. Now, I guess on card choices, Caius is like the best Monarch, obviously. It gets rid of a lot of problem monsters, help you remove Zen mains and a lot of problem cards. Reaper is for stalling factors. You have your millers through Ryko and through Card Trooper. And your best floater is Mystic Tomato because you can go Mystic Tomato into Sangan and still not reveal to your opponent what you're running. If you guys read one of Nareg's feature matches, that's what he was doing, and it was driving his opponent crazy because he kept wondering, what is my opponent running? And that is, I think, what was one of the main reasons he did so well at Providence, was that he ran a deck that, of course, no one was ready for. No one even knows what a lot of these cards are aside from the obvious. But I mean, people don't know a lot about Goblin Zombie or Mezuki or a lot of this stuff, and I feel that that's what gave him the edge. The way the deck plays is really different from a lot of old decks. This looks like a deck that you would run back in the day of 2005. And it's interesting that people brought that up because Nareg was the Gen Con Indie champion back in 2004, 2005. For anyone who remembers, he played during the Cookie Cutter Goat Control Chaos format, and he was one of the champions. So it's good to see him back in the game again, and for him to do so well, it really does show how skilled of a player he is and still is to this day. So I feel that that's why this deck to a lot of people looks just different, I guess is the word. Now, not only that, but people would wonder, why 44 cards? Well, The same rules apply when it comes to Chaos Dragon. Chaos Dragon run about 42 cards these days because you mill a lot. He's running 2 Troopers and 3 Rykos. That helps thin out the deck. He's also running 2 Mystic Tomatoes, a Sangan, and a Goblin Zombie. They're all floaters that search out monsters in the deck and bring cards to the board. That's why the deck can be 44 and get away with it, because you're going to thin through your cards. Other choices I like are... I would say, of course, I like the 3 Reaper because, like, I mean, damn, Reaper's a pain in the ass to get around. So, I mean, when you have to deal with 3 of them, it really is intense. I like 3 Call of the Haunted to bring back stuff. It's really good. It combos really well with Card Trooper and Sangan, as a lot of agent players know who run the deck. It's also good for Caius. You can bring back a Sangan, tribute it off for Caius, and then get a plus off that. And the rest is pretty standard. So, I guess like side deck choices, Cyber Dragons are very standard. They're a beater monster. They help against the Gear Gia matchup. The Spies are a good engine because the opponent doesn't see them coming when you're going game 2 and you set them and they attack. 2000 defense. Most cards a people summon are about 1900 or less, so Spy will survive and bring out another Spy as a defensive wall to set up for your Caius plays. The rest of his side deck is pretty standard. People might question the Tsukuyomi. The Tsukuyomi, I guess, is there to get around problem monsters because he can just flip them into face-down defense and run them over because he'll already have field presence from the Spies and other cards, so I'm assuming he would do that also to reuse the Spy. And the rest of his side deck is very standard. Get rid of the back rows with Dust Tornadoes, bounce stuff back and attack for game, and steal stuff with all the tuners and shenanigans you can do in the deck. The extra deck's pretty standard. I guess the only cards that may stand out are Revived King. People who don't know, it says negate the effects of monsters that are destroyed by battle with this, by the effects of monsters destroyed by battle with zombie type monsters you control. Basically, this is out to searchers like Sangan and floaters and just a lot of other cards. I don't know how this works with Zen mains. I'd actually have to look it up, but I'm assuming that this could possibly screw Zen mains over a little bit. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to give my opinion on this deck profile. I think it's very interesting. It's good to see a veteran player come back and do so well, like I said before. But I don't want people arguing over this deck. I don't want people in the comments saying this isn't zombies because it only runs 6 zombies. Okay, he chose to call it zombies. That's fine. He's running 6 zombies. 3 of them are the same. Okay, he runs Spirit Reaper. Reaper happens to be a zombie for some reason. So I don't want people to argue over that. I want them to really just look at this deck and see the synergy that it has. There's a lot of cards here that work in really good synergy. Again, they're Mystic Tomato, they're Card Trooper, they're Sangan, they're the zombies. When you get the Mezuki to the graveyard, you're able to combo Mezuki with Plaguespreader for really good synchro plays. So I think that's why this deck did so well. There was a lot of synergy here that a lot of people probably don't see at first glance. But if you really sit down and analyze the deck like I did, you'll understand why the deck did so well. Now, do I suggest people net deck this? Absolutely not. Reason being is that this is a deck that Nareg threw together, and it fits his playstyle. And everyone has their own playstyle. Very few people play the same. And even if they do, they'll always do something different. So I feel that net decking this would not be to your best benefit. But I would say trying to make the deck your own playstyle would be the best way to go. Because I personally really like this deck. This is something I could see myself trying to make a variant of. I mean, I wouldn't net deck this. I would make it maybe 42 cards, cut a couple things, change a couple things, and possibly run more zombies, like maybe run more Goblin Zombies. But I mean, aside from that, the deck looks really solid, and I think that that's something people need to understand, is that this format, we're in a format now where any deck can surprise the opponent. Any combo can surprise the opponent if they haven't seen the combo in a while. And I feel that that's what this was. This was a surprise factor deck used by a really good player, someone who knows the game inside and out, and I feel that that's why this was so successful. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Comment below, thumbs up. Do you like the deck? Do you not like the deck? Would you change things? Would you add things, take things away? Do you think that this is going to be a deck people are going to run for the format, and it's eventually going to become a staple deck? I personally don't think it will be, but people, change their opinions on stuff. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Just give me your thoughts. Once again, shout out to Jarrell. Thank you for hooking me up with the list. Vexy has the list up as well. So does Underworld 6667. So go to their channel, check out their views on the list. We all have different views on this game, so I feel that that's what really helps when multiple channels upload the profiles, is that you'll get all your questions answered through different perspectives of players. But anyways, I hope you guys like the profile. I'm glad I could bring this profile to you. The last profile I will be searching for and revealing as soon as it comes to revelation will be the GB player that top 16. I love Gladiator Beast, and I'd love to see how they did so well at a YCS. Anyways, comment below, thumbs up the video, and let me know what you guys think, and we will continue to get out the rest of the videos. That's all I gotta say, you guys. Thank you for watching.